What's going on YouTube? It's James with ChiHammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and this is the Waaaggghh Workshop. Now, if you guys haven't caught up with me right now, this is actually episode 14 of the Waaaggghh Workshop. Episode 13, I was talking about doing banners. So, as you can see, if you haven't caught up right now, go watch 13, then come back and watch this one. But this one right here, what I'm doing is on 13, I was explaining how to design your banner where we wanted the design. So, as you can see, and look at this shadow it's making. Holy shit, it's like an orc face. Like, Anyways, I gotta change the lighting a bit anyways. It's a little too, there we go, better. Alright, so what I'm doing here is, there's gonna be a tusker head. So I'm using, I'm just smearing red on it. I'm using this head of a lion shape, more or less, as my outline. For what I want the tusker to be, and then I did a little red maw triangles all over, and I did this all in Basecoats, so this is the darkest I want to see it, more or less. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up. It's like working with any other part of a model. You want to start from the deeper parts where the shadow is with the darkest color, and then move up on the highlights, and that is basically the key to getting a really cool looking banner. Is basically just painting. It is painting a miniature painting on a banner. That simple. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and brighten up. I already started, but the video didn't come out well. I'm going to go ahead and brighten up all these red triangles a little bit more. So the red triangles, actually, like I said, I started really low on the color scale, really dark, because I want to be able to go up without it bleeding through as much. But I do want to give it some variance on the different parts of the waves of the flag. But at the same time, I want a really bright red, just because the bright red will work well with the desaturated green. So you can see already just those two triangles right there, adding a brighter red looks, for lack of a better word, it pops better off of the green. And that's just complementary colors. If you know how the complementary colors work, very simple. If you have, like, green and red will always work together. That's why they're Christmas colors, and that's why they're also some sports team colors. And that's why you see them a lot in flags and stuff like that. But the one thing to do is always play with the saturation level. The darker the saturation, the brighter the other color should be, because then you have really cool complements in colors that you won't see normally. So I'm just going from like a corn red, and I use GW paint. I'm not cool like Vince, where he has all the Vallejo range. But I mean, there's more than one way to skin a cat, more or less. So in this way, more than one way to skin a tusker. So anyways, so, and I'm not really too picky if I don't get every spot of the red covered, because sometimes when it shows through, it allows it to have a little bit more of a variance through. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on the brown really quick while that red dries, because I want to do another layer of red, even brighter than that. That's just a Mephisto red. I'm gonna go ahead and go onto the Evil Sun red next on that, and maybe even the Evil Sun mixed with a orange. So for the tusker himself, I mean, right now it just looks like a shadow of a head. It kind of looks like a Black Panther logo or something, or a Thundercat. What I'm gonna do is I'm looking at the reference on the internet right now, but the reference really doesn't help me too much, in the sake that the fur on the lion is very matted almost, because of how dirty the animal is, probably from the outside from being in the wilderness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work off the model. The model itself has a ton of fur. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to go ahead and make these little fur lines to myself. And this gives me some some idea of where I want the fur to be highlighted, because we're going to keep going up. I want to basically get to the bright golden brown. So right now I went from Rhinox right into Mournfang. And I'm just going to keep on doing that all the way up to about the ear, which I think I actually just covered the ear. Oh well, I'll fix it later. And then I want to get the front of the head down with that color as well. And honestly, it looks pretty ugly. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Almost every banner I do, the first few stages looks hideous. The thing is just to keep going with more colors and keep working on highlighting and shaping it and refining it and shaping it and refining it and shaping it over and over and over again. So now I got where I want the Tusker's fur to be. And just for the sake of ease on my eyes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color of the skin a bit from this dark Rhinox brown. I don't want to do it the Mournfang color because that'll just confuse me when I'm painting it later. So I'm going to look for a different color, and I'll probably do like this Gorthor brown or whatever color this is. Yeah, Gorthor brown. I was right. And there's no rhyme or reason why I'm picking these colors, honestly. I'm just picking these. I mean, I explained why I was doing that switch right there, but this is just to give me some variants. I could have picked grays and had a gray Tusker. I mean, like any reason why you want to paint your Tusker, or what color you want to paint your Tusker. Again, I'm leaving some, and right now I'm using the reference of the Tusker itself, like the actual face of the Tusker here, instead of the artwork on the computer screen, because the shape of the head is different. It has like different like eye bumps and stuff like that. The eyebrow has bumps and horns and stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and use and that light is a little too direct on there. Let's try to get it a little bit better there. I mean, it's just bright on that one corner, that one ridge. Can I not get it so bright on that ridge? I don't know. Is that from the computer screen, actually? Nope. That's not from the computer screen. That's just the bright light. Sorry, guys. I am trying here. I'm trying. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and get up to the muzzle of the nose. I'm going to round that part out, because that's a muzzle. And then here's the tricky part. I'm going to re-wet my brush for this because I want to make a sharp point for what I'm doing here. But I want to do the ridges of the nose. You can see it right there, those ridges, right on that spot that I left open. So this is going to go ahead, and because that is the ridges specifically for a monster that is roaring or growling, or in this one's roaring. That's how you know the face is scrunched. The face is like, moving on up. So there we go. As you can see, I did the little nose ridges. And all right, now I'm trying to study, because I've never really stared at a Tusker's face before. So this is new to me, to be honest. So what I'm gonna do is go around the tusk, because he still has a lip around that tusk. So we're gonna keep our Gorthor brown. We're gonna go around that lip. All right. I don't know how people could paint with a camera staring at them like this. My hand is so close to the camera, I could just bump into it and mess up the painting. Okay. And it's okay. I mean, this is just like my second layer. It's okay if the browns are mixing in. You can't really tell the separation too much, because I could fix it up and touch it up later. I'm going to go off camera just for a bit, because I got to get underneath that tusk and it's a bad angle. So I just want to have better control with my left hand and flip the model around. And that's a trick in drawing in general, is turning the paper around. Well, this is turning the model around. And I mean, that's the beauty of painting miniatures. You could just pick up a model and it's basically three-dimensional. So you could just kind of move it around. All right, so now I got the first layer of the brown, the Gorthor brown, the skin tones. I'm going to do a layer on the tusk. And the tusk is a little bit different than what we've been doing so far. Kind of different, a little bit different. So what I do, and the way I do bone colors specifically, is I mix the Velour brown, which is this like yellowish color, and I mix Screaming Skull. The layer that I have right here on the tusk as is, that's actually just Velour brown. But when I mix it with the Screaming Skull, this is just to move on up off of a layer of Velour. So you come up with this creamy color. And what I'm going to do, instead of going directly where the mouth starts, I'm going to start just a little bit lower. So like right around there. And I'm just going to go ahead and work the color down like that, leaving a little bit of striation going on, where I could just leave a little bit of lines here and there because it has stress. So bone gets stress marks. So I'm going to continue trying to get... Now this is very difficult. Again, like I said, it's just the angle. I don't care if I paint over these bumps, because I could always fix that up later. That's a minor detail. Now work on the teeth. The teeth are going to be difficult as well. Just again, the angle is not the best. So... And I don't even know if I'm not on camera anymore. Okay, I'll fix that in a second. While I'm working on the teeth, I might as well work on the teeth. While I'm here, sorry, I'm getting quiet because I'm focusing. So, I just added some extra teeth. I'm going to go over again with the Gorthor so it covers up those top row of teeth going on there. So, that's my first layer going on right there. That's cool. And sometimes I add a wash just to kind of give it like that look that it's been used and dirty, you know, whatever. I'm not going to do it this time because I don't want to really mess with the layers of the shades. I really just kind of want to paint it in this time. So, like I said, I'm going to cover the top of the teeth to give me some variance. All right, there we go. So, while all that's drying, we're going to go back to the... Well, let me dot the eyes because the eyes are kind of bugging me that they're just kind of open. So, got black going on here. And I doubt we're going to give him bright color eyes. We could give him bright color eyes, but... Yeah, we probably should. That'd be cool. We'll give him like yellow cat eyes, right? But anyways, I'm going to start off with the black. There we go, we got some black. Just darken up the nose. Alright, cool. Alright, so we're gonna go back to that Mornfang, let's go back to the Mornfang brown. And instead of Mornfang, what I'm doing is I'm taking it up a shade again. I'm gonna go up to X88, XV88, which is a lighter color brown, and I don't think this is the best pot that I have for it. Oh man, do I have a better one? I don't think so. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is going back over those ridges of the highlights of Mornfang. I'm just gonna go ahead and brighten up some of the tips. Go down a little further on some, and this is where I just want to keep it thin. I don't mind if I go over some of the Rhinox by itself. There's no right or wrong, really. I mean, the wrong way is just to cover everything you've done, but the more color that shows through, the better it will look, and the more detail it draws in. And when it starts to draw in more detail, people will be like, what the fuck am I looking at? Like I said, I cover this guy's ear up, which I don't think he necessarily needs an ear. I'll look at it later when I finish. But I wish it didn't go so bright on the camera. But as you can see, I'm starting to get like a different look in the fur. Going from dark brown to light brown. And, man, that light's so bright. I guess that's the dullest thing, to get the light to go. But it's still showing that really bright corner there, and now I can't see shit. Sorry, guys. Anyways, this is at 15 minutes. I'm going to upload this one, and then I'll continue on with the next video because I have to clear out some memory space on my phone, like I mentioned before. I'm going to keep continuing on with the golden brown going up, and then I'm going to work on the Gorthor skin tones, and then work up, and also the bone. I'm going to go ahead and do a layer of Screaming Skull to kind of get it more bright, and we'll see where it is when I come back on the video. Alright, guys, hope you're enjoying this. Peace.